Cause I ain't feeling no emotion, B.
One of the most accomplished hands to ever touch R&B music, Diddy, is preparing for his return to the game. But not just any return, oh no. The bad boy is returning to bring love back. Back in May of 2022, it was Diddy who announced his new label, Love Records, signed a one-album deal with Motown Records, and according to the announcement, the new label will be dedicated to R&B music and will release singles and collaborative projects from a collective of world-class artists, producers, and songwriters. Diddy said, "Music has always been my first love, and Love Records is the next chapter. It's about getting back to the love and making the best music of my life. For the label, I'm focused on creating timeless R&B music with the next generation of artists and producers. Motown is the perfect partner for my album, and I'm excited to add to its legacy." What does a producer, tastemaker, icon have to bring to the table in 2022, though? Who will he work with when Diddy's already worked with so many R&B staples like Mary J. Blige, 112, Mariah Carey, Boyz II Men, Faith Evans, Total, and Carl Thomas? Whenever he does come back, here's the one thing that we do know. Diddy is going to try to change the current state of R&B because as of right now, he doesn't like it.
But hey, check this out. Hey, yo, in the NBA, they don't lower the basketball.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
Guys being real political. R&B is dead as of right now. The R&B that I made my babies to. R&B got to be judged to a certain thing. It's a feeling, no doggy. It's a feeling.
Okay, but look, why?
No, it's a feeling.
You're right.
You got to be able to sing. You got to be able to sing for R&B. Then you got to tell the truth. R&B is not a hustle. You know what I'm saying? It's about feeling your vulnerability. You got to make a nigga card or a woman's vagina wet. You got to make a child. You got to cry. You got to be able to get your girl back. I want to hear all this. I done heard everything about everything. You know what it is? It's a lack of vulnerability. It's our fault for accepting anything less for anybody getting on a mic. If you was at church and when you got on a mic and your ass couldn't sing and you needed auto-tune, they be telling you, they be trying to baptize you. They be like, the devil is a liar.
Yes, they would. Yes, they would.
Everything shouldn't go. Ain't no old versus young. It's just, we talking about singing. We talking about R&B singing, and I feel there was a death of R&B singing, and I'm a part of bringing that back. And everybody that's out there that's on some that want to feel some emotions, because I ain't feeling no emotions, B.
How about Diddy even talking to some current acts on IG Live like Summer Walker and Tory Lanez, explaining that he believed it's not necessarily the artist's fault, but it's what executives at labels are choosing to co-sign.
R&B got killed, and I'm gonna give y'all the answer. Who killed it? When you had these executives that never was about R&B, but the algorithm started, and the algorithm said dance music. And then so they would take our artists and say, yo, have them make dance music. The algorithm said they want it simpler. So then on your choruses, it was like no need for you to add an ad-lib, you know? And so as R&B starts to have a renaissance, R&B is important for the balance and the frequency of life. Babies wouldn't be made without R&B. You know that babies would not be made without R&B. The frequency of love, something that you could go listen to when your heart is broke, something you could go listen to when you fall in love. And so that's what I'm here to unify us with, you know what I'm saying? Is that as R&B artists, as producers, you know, I feel like we should be heard more. Crazy, I'm on a love frequency, but you know I got a mean, toxic side to me. And when I be throwing that Playboy on, I can leave that on mother and repeat. Let it really do its thing.
How about the legend, Mary J. Blige, hopping on IG with Diddy to explain to him there's no way R&B could ever die.
The radio stations are frustrated at these people that don't want it to exist. but we have it in us, so we just got to keep rocking and making it happen.
Yeah.
I think we kill it ourselves when we get mad and like and then we do it, then we start following, all the rest of the sheep. No, be a shepherd. Be a shepherd in this, and we're shepherds. I mean, I'm not letting them kill me. I mean, I had some hiccups where it was like, well, we like that record, we like that that dance record. But we even in that we have to experiment as well, because it was some hot dance records. You got First Choice, that's straight R&B. You go, ain't no thing, it's just a little thing. R&B, that's a club record. Don't get me started about to go crazy. You can't kill R&B because it's in us. It's in the club music. It's in everything. And it's fun. And that now they want to call it popular music when Adele and Justin Timberlake get a hold to it. So now it's popular music, you know what I'm saying? But it's been popular music. We've been had it,
Mary J. Blige was pretty friendly in her approach when Diddy said R&B was dead. Another legend, Usher Raymond, was not as nice. Here's what Usher recently said about Diddy calling R&B dead. When I hear people, even like Puff, saying R&B is dead, he sounds nuts to me. It sounds crazy, especially knowing he was a pioneer in understanding and a beneficiary of it. The source, that is R&B, created the breath of life that was breathed into hip-hop. It wouldn't be. There would be no hip-hop if there was not R&B, so it's blasphemous to hear people say anything, especially hip-hop cats, anything about R&B. How about a young legend? Chris Brown also chimed in on Diddy's claim that R&B is dead. Breezy said, respectfully, shut up. People nowadays want fast food instead of a real meal. Don't blame the real singers out here, because what channels do people have to see the music videos? BET damn sure don't. Neither does MTV. And then the industry be forcing ish on people when the real music lovers know that this stuff is garbage. R&B ain't dead. Y'all just ugly. You gotta understand where guys like Usher and Chris Brown are coming from. They are literally R&B legends. They study the culture. They've grown up in the culture. Pretty much they were both childhood stars. They still make R&B music. They obviously still perform R&B music. They make their livings off of R&B music. Of course, they're gonna fight for R&B, being on the artist side more than Diddy, who's just on the producer side trying to make the best music possible for the most money possible. They're just on different sides of the spectrum. You got to understand that guys like Usher and Chris Brown are going to fight for the name of R&B. But in that same token, you do have to give Diddy this, if nothing else. He spoke about R&B music no longer being a vulnerable place. And I just got to be real with you guys. He ain't lying. Come on now. If I'm by myself, let me know. When you listen to R&B music today, do you hear men really begging for their women's back like they did in the 90s? Do you hear women telling men, I want to give you another chance, but all you gonna do is make me look bad like they did in the 2000s? I don't hear that type of music today. I don't hear that vulnerability in the R&B acts today. All I hear is cool. The R&B music sounds a lot like the rap music to me today. I'm just being real with you guys. And a lot of the rap music sounds melodically like the R&B music. That's not what we want. We want rappers to be rappers, and we want R&B acts to be R&B acts. And in the R&B world, you guys have to be vulnerable. I want to shout out a guy like Rod Wave, who is not necessarily an R&B artist, but he at least gives me feeling. When I listen to a guy like Giveon, he at least gives me feeling. SZA, when she makes music, she at least gives me a feeling. But there are not many more shout outs that I can give. Please, in the comment section, how about you let me know some R&B music that you listen to today and tell me, do you agree with Diddy or not? Is R&B dead? That's what Diddy believes. He says it's because artists are no longer vulnerable, and also because executives are training the fans out there to only listen to a certain type of music. I think Tank even a few weeks ago said that a lot of these labels don't want to see black men being vulnerable to women, because when black men are preaching love, that's when our community is the most dangerous. So let me know, what are your thoughts on this conversation as Diddy prepares new music? He claims he's bringing R&B back. He says as of right now, R&B music is dead. Thank y'all so much. Time, love, and support is what your boy will never take for granted around here. If you have not done so, please give my amazing platforms a follow, a subscription. It means the world to me. I'm out.